What's going on? What's going on? It's Lady Dre, and welcome to Healing Sessions. So, this evening, I wanted to come with you with just some messages that have been laid on my heart, and really just wanted to come and encourage you. I know that we are in a time where so much is going on, and it's so easily to be distracted from just your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. And it's very important that you stay focused, right? But not only in staying focused, but we want to make sure that we are doing things with truth and love, because when it boils down to it, I want to do things from the heart, and not to say that can't be logical in your decision making. But when we do things from a place of love, it really resonates out, right? It really not only invokes, courage, confidence, love, support, but really we are in a space where that is really what is needed at this time. And so I just want to come with you and come to you and just share some messages that I have received, and really, hoping that it resonates with you and able to assist you along on the journey. And so one of the things that, I came to just even understand in this journey, right, is that, you have to be in a space where you want to be able to not only create, but create the life that you want for yourself, right? And using your creativity, using your gifts, using your talents, right? And so, it's very difficult to be in a space where you're feeling like you can't be creative, you feel like you're not being motivated, you feel like you just do not have, not even the guidance, but just having a sense of feeling like you're just not motivated to do those things, and so I want to encourage you to really, focus on your end result, focus on your task at hand, focus on you really being in a space of creating, right? Being creative, right? Again, coming from a place of truth and coming from a place of love. So it is very important that you not only utilize this at this time, but really just focus on what you are trying to build. Focus on what you are wanting to create. Focus on what you want your life to look like. Don't be so focused on what everybody else's world looks like, but focus on what you want your world to look like, what you want your environment to look like, what you want, your home, your space, your surroundings to reflect, right? So I wanted to just go over a few of the messages that I'm here to share with you, because ultimately, again, we are here to help each other. We are here on this healing journey, and it's very important that we do not just get distracted by the naysayers. Do not get distracted by the people that want to project on you. Don't get distracted by, again, what's going on all in the world. Again, focus on what you need to focus on to make sure that you are creating the environment that you want to create. Okay. So first I want to say too is, like, we have to be in a space too where we are letting go of fear, letting go of doubt, letting go of worry, because that is creating more of the focus of lack. That is creating more of the focus of you not believing in your faith. That is creating more of the focus of you not trusting that God has you, that God has your back. It's so easy to fall into the cycle of thinking that you won't ever have the desires of your heart. It's so easy to fall into the cycles of feeling that, you won't be what you want to be. And again, if you're focusing on what the outside looks like and not focusing on what you need to do for yourself on the inside, again, you are going to be creating more of those scenarios and situations where you're focusing on what you don't have. Right now we need to be focusing on the abundance, right? Focusing on you being in a space of gratitude, you being able to recognize, like, when people are trying to deceive you, right? That discernment. You want to be able to make sure that you, again, do not be distracted, because people are going to be coming towards you and they're going to distract you because you're on the brink of greatness. You're on the brink of it. You understand what I'm saying? And if you're not on the brink of it, you're probably actually going through it right now, where you're seeing just how God is showing up for you. You're seeing how God is blessing you. You're seeing how you are aligned, but because you've done the work, right? So people, especially now that we're about to go into retrograde, Mercury retrograde, you want to understand that people are going to try to be coming into your life to rekindle situations, to come into your life to, and again, for me, I believe like Mercury retrograde is not a bad thing. You know, I know some people like have their stereotypes on what Mercury retrograde is, right? But for me, it's always been a space where, one, I feel like I talk, you know, I'm even more in tuned with who I am in my communication, right? You know, and again, it works different for different people. However, it's important that, you know, when these things come up, it's for you to really recognize like what it is that you want to do. You know, when these relationships come up that you know have not been ideal for you, and it's about now you applying what you've learned, applying about really what you want going forward, what you want your environment to look like, what you want your atmosphere to look like, what you want your home to look like. And if you are allowing people to come back in that you know that do not mean you any well, does not mean you any good, does not really want you to see you succeed, to see you flourish, to see you grow, then those are people that you really have to get to this level of just really like cutting it off and being done with it. You know, I know that it's difficult to let go. It's difficult. It's difficult to let go. It is difficult to be in a space of loss, right? Because I know sometimes it feels like when we lose something, like it's so hurtful to just our core, who we are, right? But sometimes we have to allow these things to be done with and over with, you know? I'm not saying that you just go on a cutting spree, or maybe you have to go on a cutting spree and not listen, and not cutting as in afflicting harm on someone, but cutting someone off in the sense of that you know that they are no longer good for where you're trying to go. And not just be in a selfish manner, or not for it to be in a manipulative manner, but in a manner of, if you know that they're not on the same path as you, if you know that they are not even in the capacity to be able to grow, to elevate, to understand just your journey, your healing journey, then it is time for you to be able to sever ties. And it's hard to do, especially when it's people that is close to you. It's especially difficult when it's people that you have loved for a long time. It's difficult. But the thing is, you have to understand, which are you choosing? Are you choosing yourself, or are you choosing them? And at some point, you have to ask yourself the question, like, which one is more important? Am I more important than how they treat me, how they show up for me? Or is it more important that I still stick in this mentality of I have to be loyal to people that are not even loyal to me? So you have to ask yourself those questions. And those are very hard questions to answer. And sometimes we don't want to answer those questions. But ultimately, if you want to continue to elevate on this journey, you're going to have to ask yourself those hard questions. And in reality, ultimately, it is showing you again, how do you rank in the priority system? Are you ranking number 1? Are you ranking 2? Are you ranking 5? Are you ranking 10, 100, whatever that ranking system is for you? But where are you placing yourself in that? Because ultimately, if you are not placing yourself on the highest pedestal when it comes to your growth, your evolution, your learning, then that's a problem. It's a problem. But it can be fixed. It can be addressed. But again, you're going to have to do the work. And, you know, like I said, on this healing journey, it's not for the faint of heart. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to ask yourself those hard questions. You're going to have to dive deep. You're going to have to be able to really understand the importance of just where you're trying to go. Okay? And then so another thing that I wanted to talk about is right now you're in a space where you are radiating, like your light is shining so bright, It's so pure, right? And it's attracting a lot. It's attracting a lot of people, good and bad, right? Negative and positive. And you have to be in the space to understand just one, who you are, but understand like the power that you possess, the power that you have to be able to not only shine your light, but to be able to help people along this journey, right? And so again, you're going to have so many people being attracted to your light because it's a pure light. And in that pure light, you're going to attract so many different type of people, but you have to make sure that you are not only protecting yourself, but again, knowing who you are, having that discernment to know who's friend or foe, right? Who's good or bad for you. Again, and you're protected on this journey. You've been doing the work. You have been making sure that you have been doing what you're supposed to do. And that's what matters, you know? So God's going to protect you, but he also needs you to be able to apply the things that you have learned, the lessons that you have learned, the things that you have gone through. I need you to be able to apply these things because now we're coming in a cycle where, like I said, you're on the brink of greatness, or you're in that greatness, and people are going to be trying to sabotage you. Let's just keep it real. People are going to be trying to now put their opinions on you. Now they have something to say. Now they want to speak out. Now they want to connect. Like you have to understand, like, again, is this just a phase? You know what I'm saying? Is this something that they want to get close to you now because they see like your hard work paying off? Yet you've tried numerous of times to show them, to teach them, to help them grow with you, and it didn't matter then. But now that you're on the brink of this, now it's let me give you some suggestions. Let me give you my opinion. Your opinion is not wanted or needed. You understand? Because again, you know who you are. So I need you to understand, like, again, you're going to be coming across people that are going to be trying to come back into your life, to reattach to your energy, to re-engage with you. And you need to know for yourself if it's worth it or not. Point, period, blank. Okay. And then also I want you to understand too, like, with all this going on, you want to make sure that you are keeping your vibration high. You're making sure that you are doing what you enjoy doing, what excites you, what brings you joy, right? So like for myself, I love music. I enjoy dancing to music. I enjoy listening to music. I get messages from music. So it's important for you to do something that brings you that joy, brings you that fulfillment, brings you that clarity, right? And so if music is one of your things, listen to music that uplifts you. Listen to music that makes you feel good. Listen to music that helps you vibrate even higher, because people are going to try to attach themselves to you. And it's important that right now you are making sure that you focus on making sure that you keep yourself vibrating high above the riff, right? So just do things that help you to feel that joy, to feel that happiness, to make you feel good about just where you are on your journey, right? So it could be another thing that I love to do is I love to create, right? So I love creative projects. I love writing. I love things that, again, allows me to use my imagination. So you want to be in a space where you are, again, cultivating that relationship with yourself, cultivating that vibration with yourself, being in tune with who you are, understanding when you need time to rest, understand when you need a pick me up, understand when you are, again, just in a space of giving or receiving, right? So just be in tune with who you are, be in tune with your body, be in tune with your intuition, and trust and believe that it's going to guide you in the right path, okay? So then another thing also is I want you to understand is that, if you are in a space right now where, again, it's just you're lacking clarity, you are feeling as though you don't know what's going on, you are just in a space of the unknown. And trust me, I understand that the unknown can be very scary. The unknown can be very, again, daunting, because it's like you trust that you're going to be taken care of, but do you really? Do you really trust that God's going to lead you in the path that you need to be on? Do you really trust that God's going to take care of you when the finances are not there? Are you really going to trust that God is going to protect you when you can't protect yourself? Are you really trusting that God is going to show up for you? And that's a question that you have to ask, because sometimes in the midst of going through, in the midst of those storms, in the midst of in that darkness, it's like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And sometimes you're not supposed to do anything. Sometimes it's just meant for you to rest. It's meant for you to be able to lean on God and trust that He has you. Okay? So right now, if you have been in a space of darkness, you're coming out of that darkness. You're coming into that light. You're coming into that clarity. You're coming into that understanding and that knowing, right? You're coming into that space of it paying off for you trusting God, right? For you having faith and believing that everything's going to work out how it needs to. Even when you didn't see it, even when you couldn't see it, even when you didn't understand it, right? Understand that, you trusting God, He's going to show up for you every single time. Every single time. But it's going to, you have to understand too that when you're on that brink, when you're on that brink from darkness to light, when you're on that brink of greatness, of propelling forward, when you're on that, you have to understand that so many things will be thrown at you. So many things will make you feel like, okay, let's see how I can throw her off. Let's see how I can throw him off, right? Let's see how I can, put some doubt in there. Let's see how I can throw some fear, a little bit of dab of fear in there. Like, you have to understand that when you're on this journey, like, a lot of things won't be seen. But it's about you trusting that God is going to bring you through it. God's going to bring you through it. He's going to bring, and you're going to overcome it. But you need to trust and understand that when it's all said and done, all is well. And it's all for my good, right? So just know that joy comes in the morning. If you've been feeling like you've been overwhelmed with bills, with situations that are out of your control, God is maybe asking you to release that control. And I get it. I understand that sometimes that's all you can control is just how you move, how you operate. But sometimes God wants you to understand, like, don't even try to control that. Trust me and understand that I got you. Trust me and understand that I'm not going to forsake you. Trust me and know that no matter whatever it looks like, at a split second, I can change that. And He will. But you have to believe that. You have to believe that, okay? So I need you to really just focus on just making sure that you keeping your vibration high, you making sure that you are doing the work, making sure that you are doing the inner work, making sure that you are radiating that light, okay? Because it's bright and it's pure. And I'm telling you, you're going to attract a lot of people, but you need to be able to have that discernment. You need to be able to understand what you need to do in order for you to be able to be successful, to do what is required. Okay. So that's that. Okay. And then also too, okay, so that we talked about that. And then also, let me say this. So today, it's amazing because, I seen butterflies all day long, all day long. I was seeing butterflies. I'm talking about even when I'm in the car, I see butterflies, go across my windshield. When I'm out in my backyard, I see butterflies. When I'm scrolling, on social media, I see butterflies. And for me, it was just a matter of just transformation. Transformation is happening. You're right now, you're going through a transformation. And if you are not going through that transformation right now, you are about to go through this transformation. And this transformation is going to be huge. Huge. It's probably going to be one of the biggest transformations that you've had on your journey. You understand? And I'm here to let you know, trust God, trust the process, trust your angels, trust that you are going to be taken care of, no matter what it looks like. Because I'm telling you, people will again try to throw that doubt in there, try to throw that fear in there, try to really get you to get off that track, to get you off the path, right? And it's important for you to understand, just the importance of just the time that you're in. This is a major, significant time. It's a major time, and you have to understand, like, listen, you everybody's not going through that. Everybody's not going through that. Everybody's not going to be evolving. Everybody's not going to be able to be in a space of growth, right? And expansion. Everybody's not going to be there. So you have to understand, like, what comes along with this. People are going to be looking at you crazy. People are going to be jealous. People are going to be wishing that they were you. But again, because you have such a pure heart, right? Because your light is so pure, like, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. And I just need you to trust and understand that, listen, God has not brought you through all this for nothing. It was not all in vain. It was not all in vain, okay? So just understand, like, you're going through this transformation right now. And if you haven't started transformation, it's going to be happening soon. But again, it's because you've been doing the work. Listen, you cannot pay to heal. I understand. I want you to be very clear. Like, you can't go, and you know how people will try to bribe people and or get their way into, or there's favoritism, and like, no, you have to do the work. On this journey, you have to do the work. There's no cutting cards. You have to do the work. And so in order for you to be able to go to that next level, for you to evolve, for you to ascend, for you to grow, like, you're just going to have to do the work. And nobody's going to be able to pay it for you. You're going to have to do that for yourself. Okay? So it's very important that if you're going through this transformation right now, or you're about to go through this transformation, understand that it's because you've done a great job at what you've been doing. You've been doing the work. You've been consistent. You've been committed. And it's gonna reflect. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be huge. It's going to be huge. Okay? Okay, so just remember that, okay? And then let's see. And also too, in this transformation, I need you to understand, like, because you are radiating this pure light out, it's going to transform people around you. Okay? It's going to transform people around you. And some people will love it. And some people are not going to, they're not going to be digging it. I'm just giving it to you straight up. They're not going to like it. It's going to irritate them. It's going to irritate the F out of them. Okay? So I need you to understand, like, don't stop shining your light because it irritates some people. Okay? Because I guarantee you, it's helping more people than it is hurting people. And I'm not even say hurt, because at the end of the day, it's bothering them because they choose not to want to do the work. It's bothering them because they choose not to want to be in a space of growth, right? So I need you to understand, like, do not stop shining your light because it irritates some people, okay? Understand, like, you just be you. That's all you have to do is be you. Be you. Okay? We talked about create. And then also too, like, it's important for you to understand, like, you have all the tools, like, for this next journey. You have all the tools that you need, right? You have the wisdom, you have the power, right? You have the knowledge in order to be able to facilitate what you need to. Right? So just remember that and trust that. And in that, you can be compassionate, right? But you can also be logical. So it's important for you to also just be in a space where you know that you're being fair and just. And again, it's about that love and truth. When you do things with love and truth, like, you win every single time. It may not look like it. It may not seem like it at the time, but trust and believe, when you do things in love and truth, you're always going to win. Always. Okay? Okay, so yeah. So really, that's what I really wanted to talk to you about, because ultimately, like, we're in a special time right now. We're in a special time. We're about to go through Mercury retrograde. We're about to have a full moon come up in a few days, actually. And so again, remember to protect yourself. Remember to just stay focused, stay committed on your journey, stay committed on what you are wanting to create. Stay committed to yourself. Okay? It's very important that you continue to vibrate high, vibrate above, like I said, the rift. And understand that God has you. You're protected, you're guided, and just remember to be you. Shine that light, because right now the world is in need of all the light. Okay? I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure that you don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Also, I'm trying to get my subscription count up. So, make sure that you share the video. Make sure you tell a friend of a friend of a friend, make sure that, we are helping one another, right? I appreciate you. Thank you. And y'all be easy. All right. Bye-bye.